Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's Peebiggy, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peeps, and I'm gonna go out and say it. Blizzcon, The War Within, and the Soul Saga, I think that's what it's called, are better than you thought it was. If you're new here, this isn't the type of video where I'm gonna be like, this is new and that's new, isn't it fantastic? No, that ain't it. We're gonna look at it a little bit deeper, because BlizzCon and Medicine are both trying to sell you something, and it's two different things. Both are good, and I'm gonna put myself out on a limb here and say that no matter how well the War Within performs, it'll be good because of those two things. That's some big ass claims, and I'm about to put you through it. So let's start with BlizzCon. There's a couple little things that we're going to look at here quickly. One, did you guys realize that everything that was up there, except for Ian Hazzikostas and Chris Metzen, was teleprompter? That bad? No, it's not a bad thing. But what that does tell you is that everything that was said was scripted, reviewed, approved, then rolled. Okay? It's up to you to decide if it's good or bad. But everything was pre-planned to the letter. Now, what was the biggest complaints of BFA and Shadowlands? That's a big ask, okay? There's two real big ones. One, the story. What the fuck did you do with the story? It doesn't even follow each other. It doesn't really go together. Like, it's disjointed mess. And two, y'all didn't listen to a thing we said. We didn't want this, we wanted that. We told you we wouldn't like this. You didn't give a shit. You did it anyway. Listen, I've seen the forums. We have talked about it. I played them. But that's where we're starting from before we get into BlizzCon. So, I invite you to rewatch or just listen to the opening ceremony of BlizzCon and even the Warcraft panels. Okay? You don't need to watch it, just listen. Because they repeat stuff a lot, okay? Because that's the message they're trying to push. That's the underlying tone. That's the sell. And everyone from Yabara, Ian, you name it, has been repeating to you the entire way through. We're listening. We'll fix it. That's the message.
But thanks to your feedback, we never stop striving to do it right. And I know we all stand together with a singular goal, to exceed player expectations.
And because the hardcore community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play hardcore early next year. Earlier this year, we looked at your feedback to think about where are we gonna go next.
Doesn't matter if you're a couple DPS, if you're a healer and a tank, if you're a solo healer, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna meet you where you are, how you want to play.
We listened to you, we fixed it. That's the big message that was across the board, from Yabara to Ian. Now, we're going to talk about Dragonflight. Because Dragonflight, they got their feedback from it, and it's mostly good. To me, it really sits as a mid-tier expansion. Was it the best? No. Was it good? Yeah, so far, not bad. Can't complain. The biggest complaint to me was story. Listen, it's disjointed. It doesn't seem to fit anywhere. Like, where did it come from? And personal note, and this is something we'll make videos on later, it's hard to pick up if you didn't play it through. So, some commentary to be had. But it's mostly story that's the problem. Gameplay seems good. The stuff seems good. Dragons are fun. Flying is fun. Raids are fun. So Blizzard said, hey, we're going to hire this guy. You might know him. It's Chris Metzen. And then they had him present, which is, again, a business decision. Even if he wanted to do it, Blizzard make the call to be like, hey, you go reassure them. You tell them that the story is going to be good. And then we got Metzen.
A storyline provided we do our jobs, we do the thing that will vector us into the next 20 years of adventure.
Which, let me tell you, this man oozes charisma. What are you selling? I don't care. It's purchased. Set it up. I don't care how much it cost. Give it to me. And the man did it without a teleprompter. So what did he sell you? Well, He sold you to come back to Warcraft. That was mentioned a few times. But the big sell was, we listened, we'll fix it. Story. I'm going to give you cohesion. I'm going to give you continuity, longevity, by announcing 3 expansions. He didn't do that much in front of us. Okay, I'm not saying the man don't work hard. That's all he told you was, hey, 3 expansions. Here's a one-liner about the last 2. And immediately you were told there's a story. 1 through 3. It's a saga. Perfect. We've got drive. We've got a narrative. We're going to be fine. You were told, 2, there's continuity. It's going to keep going. So we're not going to get like, boom, story. Fuck the story. Boom, story. No. 1, 2, 3. And then you were told, hey, nothing's happening. We're still here. Here's our next 3. Look at us. Literally a minute reassured you, the player, you're going to be good. Where's the proof of we're listening? We'll fix it. It can be found in Ian Hazzikostas' panel. I like Ian. I like Ian a lot. And there's a reason for him. He's a great speaker, okay? Regardless of your opinion about what he says, he's an excellent speaker. This man can think and speak at the same time. And that's something that not a lot of people can do. Politicians do it very well. PR teams for companies do it very well. Ian Hazzikostas does it very well. So he went on without a teleprompter and was really good. Now his panel was extremely important. The more you listen to it instead of watch the shiny things on the screen, the better it was. Because what he was saying was grander. Let me give you an example. Warbands. Warbands is honestly my favorite edition, I won't lie to you. However, it is the culmination of Blizzard saying, we were wrong. Blizzard for years has been pushing back on alts. At the beginning a lot, at the end a little, but still there's always been a little bit of, no, you need to focus on your main guys, do it again on your second one if you're bored later. And that's the philosophy they've had forever. Even like Shadowlands with the Covenants, like you couldn't bounce back and forth, you really had to pick and choose. It was anti-alt. Like the only time they really took the time to be like, hey, level your alts, have some fun, was at the end of the expansion while you were waiting for content. Which at that time they just unlocked everything and said, hey, have fun. So they had to change their every bit of philosophy or their definition of how people are playing World of Warcraft to first of all think of doing warbands and introducing something that is so open, from achievements to reputation to you name it, it is open. We are welcoming you. You want to do it? Great. Do it. This is Blizzard saying, we made a mistake. That's not how you guys play the game. We'll fix it.
I don't know if you guys know this, but turns out y'all play a lot of alts. And that's not something the game, it's no secret, has always done the best job of supporting. Part of that is because World of Warcraft 20 years ago was built with very different assumptions. And I both mean design-wise, but actually engineering-wise as well. The infrastructure and the architecture that was built. What if we didn't have to do that? So at its core, Warbands is, what if we just rebuilt those foundations and created a new future, both for the things we want to offer today and the things we'll be able to in the future, so we're not fighting against the nature of the system, but instead it complements what we want to do. Now, the focus here is really making it convenient, removing barriers, removing awkwardness in playing alts. We don't want to actively necessarily encourage it. People already want to do it if they do it. One thing the system is not going to be is something that awards you power or makes your main more effective because you have done things on other characters or anything along those lines. If you want to play alts, do so. If you just love focusing on a single character, that shouldn't feel wrong either.
And I mean, his entire panel was a lot more of that, from the delves being stuff that our world players like, to dynamic flying and how they wanted to make it evergreen, to the lack of player power, which people have been complaining for decades. This is it. This is capital letters. We told you, we listened. Look at the panel. So, Will the war within be good? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic with Blizzard products because, listen, once bitten, twice shy. Which, by the way, if you know, you know. Either way, I always hope for the best. I want them to succeed, and there's potential to succeed. However, even if it's mediocre or it's a setup to something bigger, which it might be, who knows, knowing that that's the philosophy they're now taking, we're listening, we fixed it, I think that more than just the gameplay will actually be good or better than it's ever been. Again, is it going to be a mid-expansion? Maybe. Is it going to be a setup expansion? Maybe. But at least I think we can enjoy more of it than before from every little hint that they dropped in Blizzcon. So listen, regardless of where you stand, regardless of your opinion of the war within, the proof is in the pudding. The shit that they're putting in proves the philosophy of we're listening, we fixed it. So, they're getting there, right? Too little, too late, that's on you. If that's exactly what you were looking for to return, that's on you. Or if you're like me and just going to be like, yeah, good for you, keep it up. But, in the very least, it looks like that they're going to listen to you if you think there's something wrong with it. And that's one hell of an improvement. If you like videos like these, you like nerdy stuff, you like streaming, you like silly stuff. We do silly pretty well here. We do also alliance stuff. Okay? I'm kidding, obviously. Subscribe, like, listen, we're busy here. We do this shit all the time. This channel goes. I'm also War Chief Peeps. That's War Chief Peeps on every single social media, like so many socials. In the meantime, have a legendary night. Thanks so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. Metzen. What the hell? This was like watching sports ball of some sort. Yes, he's there. Yes, the Alliance. Oh my god, I want it. Oh man. Oozes charisma.